without someone we once held dear. But what if I told you that losing friends, while painful, can actually be a catalyst for profound personal growth? What if hidden within the loss lies an incredible opportunity for self-discovery, authenticity, and deeper connection? Stay with me as we explore the unexpected gifts that losing friends can bring. Losing a friend invites us to take a deep, honest look at ourselves. It's easy to get caught up in blaming the other person, to focus on their shortcomings or mistakes. But true growth requires us to turn inward. Ask yourself, what role did I play in this dynamic? Were my needs being met? Were my values aligned with theirs? This isn't about self-flagellation or taking on undue blame. It's about taking ownership of our part in the story. It's about understanding our own needs and boundaries, and recognizing where our patterns and behaviors might have contributed to the distance. Remember, self-reflection isn't always comfortable. It can bring up feelings of guilt, shame, or regret. But it's in those uncomfortable spaces, in the willingness to confront our own imperfections, that true transformation begins. Losing a friend can feel like navigating a treacherous storm. There's grief, confusion, and a sense of being completely unmoored. But just like a ship weathering a tempest, we emerge from these experiences stronger and more resilient than before. Think of the strongest, most grounded people you know. Chances are they've faced their share of storms. They've experienced loss, heartbreak, and disappointment. And it's through those experiences that they've developed their resilience, their empathy, their capacity for love and connection. Each loss, each heartbreak, each severed friendship adds another layer to our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It teaches us to navigate difficult emotions, to set healthy boundaries, to communicate our needs with greater clarity and courage. We live in a culture that often equates popularity with worth. We're bombarded with images of people with thousands of followers, hundreds of friends, constantly surrounded by others. But true connection, the kind that nourishes our souls and makes us feel truly seen and understood, is about quality, not quantity. Losing friends can push us to reevaluate our relationships. Are we holding on to friendships out of obligation? Are we surrounding ourselves with people who drain our energy and leave us feeling depleted? Or are we prioritizing deep, meaningful connections with people who celebrate our authentic selves and challenge us to grow? Letting go of friendships that no longer serve us creates space for more authentic, fulfilling relationships to enter our lives. It allows us to invest our time and energy in connections that truly matter, relationships that light up our souls and make us feel truly alive. Sometimes, losing friends forces us to stand on our own 2 feet. It compels us to confront our own fears and insecurities, to discover our inner strength and resilience. This newfound independence can be both terrifying and exhilarating. When we rely too heavily on others for validation or a sense of belonging, we give away our power. We become dependent on external sources for our happiness and self-worth. But when we learn to find that validation within ourselves, we tap into an endless well of strength and resilience. This doesn't mean we have to go it alone. It's about recognizing that we are complete and whole, even in the absence of others. It's about cultivating a deep sense of self-love and acceptance, so that we can show up in our relationships from a place of wholeness, not neediness. Every ending is also a beginning. When one door closes, another one opens. Losing friends can create space for new people and experiences to enter our lives, expanding our horizons in ways we never imagined. Think about the people you gravitate towards. Are they carbon copies of your existing friends, or do they bring new perspectives and experiences to the table? Sometimes, we hold on to friendships out of comfort or familiarity, even when those relationships no longer align with our values or aspirations. Stepping outside our comfort zones, embracing new people and experiences, allows us to grow and evolve in unexpected ways. It challenges our assumptions, broadens our perspectives, and enriches our lives with new colors and textures. Let's face it, some friendships are more draining than they are nourishing. They require constant effort, emotional labor, and a willingness to compromise our own needs for the sake of the other person. While all relationships require effort, some leave us feeling depleted, resentful, and emotionally exhausted. Ending a toxic or draining friendship, while painful in the short term, can be incredibly liberating in the long run. It frees up our time, energy, and emotional bandwidth, allowing us to focus on relationships and pursuits that bring us joy and fulfillment. Imagine the weight lifted from your shoulders, the space created in your life for peace, joy, and genuine connection. Sometimes letting go is the kindest thing we can do, not only for ourselves, but for the other person as well. Losing friends has a way of sharpening our focus on what truly matters. It forces us to confront our values, our priorities, and the kind of people we want to surround ourselves with. It's a time for introspection, for asking ourselves the big questions about what we want out of life and the relationships we choose to cultivate. What are your non-negotiables in a friendship? What values are most important to you? What kind of energy do you want to invite into your life? Asking ourselves these questions helps us make conscious choices about the relationships we invest in, ensuring that they align with our authentic selves and our vision for the future. When we let go of what no longer serves us, we create space for what truly matters to flourish. We make room for the people who light us up, the experiences that set our souls on fire, and the pursuits that bring us joy and fulfillment. Losing friends is never easy. It's a painful reminder of the impermanence of life, the fragility of connection, and the vulnerability that comes with opening our hearts to others. But within that pain lies an incredible opportunity for growth, for self-discovery, and for cultivating deeper, more meaningful connections. When we allow ourselves to grieve the loss, to reflect on our role in the situation, and to embrace the uncertainty of the future, we emerge from the experience stronger, wiser, and more resilient than before. We learn to set healthy boundaries, to communicate our needs with courage and clarity, and to prioritize relationships that nourish our souls and make us feel truly seen and loved. So the next time you find yourself facing the loss of a friendship, remember that it's not the end of the story. It's simply a turning point, an opportunity to rewrite the narrative and create a future filled with more authenticity